My name is Devika of class 5 from Litra Public School. I am going to play a role of Emma.
My name is Shayan Roshan from class 4 from the school of Litra Public School. Today I am going to play the role of James.
Hey James, have you ever wondered why ice melts when it gets warm?
Yeah, I think it has something to do with heat turning it into water, right?
That's right. Ice is a solid, but when it absorbs heat energy from its surrounding, its molecules start moving faster and faster until they break free from that rigged structure and from a liquid.
So when something changes from a liquid to a solid, we call it melting, right?
Exactly, and when a liquid changes into a solid, like when water freezes into ice, we call it freezing.
Cool. But what about gases?
Well, gases are different from solids and liquids because their molecules are spread out and move freely. They don't have a definite shape of or volume like solids and liquids do.
So when we fill up a balloon with air, the air inside is a gas, right?
Yes, exactly. And when we let the air out of the balloon, it spreads out in all directions because gas molecules like to move around freely.
As they continued their conversation, Emma and James eagerly shared their observations and thoughts about the properties of solids, liquids, and gases. They conducted simple experiments such as freezing water to make ice cubes and observing how liquids take the shape of their containers.
Did you know that some substances can exist in more than one state of matter?
Really, like what?
Well, take water for example. It can be a solid, a liquid, or a gaseous depending on its temperature. When it's cold, it freezes into ice. When it's warm, it becomes a liquid, and when it's hot, it turns into steam, which is a gas.
Wow, that's amazing. I never knew water could change like that.
Their conversation soon turned to the concept of evaporation and condensation. As Emma explained, how liquids can change into gases and vice versa. He has he
When water gets heated, it evaporates and turns into water vapor, which is a gas. That's why puddles dry up on a hot day.
But what about when water vapor turns back into liquid?
That's called condensation. It happens when water vapor cools down and changes back into liquid water. You can see condensation on a cold glass of water or on a mirror or in the bathroom.
their conversation delved deeper into the molecular level as Emma and James discussed how the behavior of particles changes as substances transition between different states of matter.
In solid, the particles are tightly packed together and vibrate in a place. That's why solids have a definite shape and volume.
And in liquid, the particles are still close together, but they can move around or slide past each other. That's why liquid can flow and take the shape of their containers.
Exactly. And in gases, the particles are spread out and move freely, bouncing off each other and the walls of their container. That's why the gases can fill up any space and don't have a definite shape or volume.
So their conversation was interrupted by the sound of Emma's mom calling them in for dinner. But their curiosity was far from satisfied. As they reluctantly bid farewell to their outdoor classroom, Emma and James made plans to continue their exploration of fascinating world of science and discovery.